first grade friends, and welcome back to your final day of writing your personal narrative about the time when you needed a little help to solve a problem. Now, at the beginning of the week, we made a plan for our personal narrative, and then we've been working on drawing and writing the beginning and middle. Well, today we are finally at the end, and you'll notice I've already drawn a realistic picture of what happened at the end of my story. In just a second, we're going to write the sentences that tell what happened at the end. But let's revisit the beginning and the middle really quickly. I always want to go back and reread my beginning and my middle to help remind myself of what my story is. That's kind of like telling your story across your fingers and helping you to get in your mind, wait a minute, what is it that happened at the end? Starting at the beginning and telling it across your fingers is going to help you. So let's reread our personal narrative so far. It says, one morning I got back from the store. I realized I had too many heavy bags. There I am standing beside my car with the trunk open, and I can't believe I have done this to myself. Too many heavy bags. What was I thinking buying all the olive oil and cans of food at the same day? It's just too heavy. Now I'm moving to my middle. Then Samir came to the door. He offered me some help. Notice how that perfectly matches my picture, where Samir is at the door saying, "Do you need some help?" inside the speech bubble. Also notice that we have a temporal word here. I used the word then. You could use next. You could use after that. All of those words signal to your reader that you're about to tell them the middle. But now we're ready to wrap up our story. We're at the end. And again, we're going to need a temporal word to tell your reader, oh, hey, we're about to tell you the end. This story's going to be over in just a minute. A few different words are going to be helpful. You could use last. You could say finally. You could say at the end. It's really up to you which words you want to use. I'm going to use finally, and I'm going to say my whole sentence out loud before I even write it. Finally, what should I say? See how you get a little stuck? It's a good thing I didn't start writing yet. Finally, we took the bags. No, I don't like that. Finally, we carried the bags together. Ooh, that works. Finally, we carried the bags together. Okay, let's write that. Finally, notice how I'm leaving my 2-finger space just by sliding over. If you still need to drop your fingers in there, go for it. But remember, we're moving on to 2nd grade, folks, where we just slide our hand across our paper. Finally, we carried the bags together, period. So now I'm going to write it. Finally, uppercase F because it's the beginning of our sentence. Finally, we carried, ED because this already happened, the bags, bag. What do I need at the end, friends? This says bag. I have more than one. If you said suffix S, kiss your brain, please. Finally, we carried the bags together. Oh my gosh, Miss Burns, you're going to make me spell together? Together. 3 claps, 3 syllables. Let's start with the first syllable. Two. Oh, that's easy. T-O-2. Together. Together. G. I hear G. G. E. Th. Together. Friends, what digraph or 2 letters make that one sound, the th sound that makes your tongue tickle? If you said TH like feather, you got it. Together. When we have at the end of a word, friends, it's combination ER. Finally, we carried the bags together. I think I want to add one more sentence that tells kind of how I feel about this problem now being solved. I could say, what a relief, or problem solved. Ooh, I like that. Problem solved. Problem solved. And let's put an exclamation point because we are so excited that this problem is now solved. Uppercase P because it's the beginning of a new sentence. problem. Problem solved. Oh, solved is in my prompt. So I could stretch it out, or I could be resourceful and use the words that are around me. I'm just going to copy it. S-O-L-V-E-D. Problem solved. Finally, we carried the bags together. Problem solved. So friends, I have just finished writing a personal narrative about a time when someone helped me solve a problem. But I want to go back and read the whole story together. So let's go back to our beginning. Here we go. I'm quite proud of these illustrations, by the way. Sometimes you just got to take a moment to look at what you've done and feel proud of it. One morning, I got back from the store. I realized I had too many heavy bags. That's my beginning. Notice my temporal words here. One morning. Telling my reader, this is the beginning, and it says one morning when it happened. Then, another temporal word telling my reader, hey, this is the middle. Then Samir came to the door. He offered me some help. There he is at the door asking if I need some help. Finally, we carried the bags together. Problem solved. That is my whole story, and now my reader knows exactly what my problem was and how it was solved. If I have some extra time, I can always grab my writing checklist, and if you have your New Blue ELA Spiral friends, you're going to have your checklist at the end or behind each writing prompt, and I could go back and check whether I have used a capital or uppercase letter. My finger space, I know I've got my finger space. I was very careful of that. I know I drew helpful pictures. Check to make sure you wrote the sounds you heard and that you've got some ending punctuation. You can always go back and check that. Okay, friends? Go ahead and start writing your ending, making sure you're using some type of temporal word. Finally, at the end, last, and if you need some help, be sure that you let your teacher know.